We went to the thing where she was leading. I think that was really fun.
Oh yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool.
Which way do you lead?
So you're going like this. Exactly. So. Okay, great. Excellent. Okay. And then cool, we got your dialogue.
Should I dip you?
You got your dialogue.
Right?
Oh, damn! You're following me! I was doing it. Do you really?
You got one good one. You guys like this one so far? Yeah, it's all up.
Cut. He was kind of ready here.
Cut.
That's exciting.
Send your camel to bed. Shadows painting our faces. Traces of romance in our heads. Heaven's holding our hand. Shining just for us.
All right, I'm here for your dumb meeting.
So, status check. Boys.
It's going back in.
Where do you guys stand? I mean, well, we know where Finch is. I mean, you can't really use that as an excuse, right? Jim, how's it going?
Let's see. My date's the flute-toting vandal. Does that answer your question?
Us. How about you and Heather? I mean, is this vocal jag gonna pay off or what?
Kevin, what's with the attitude?
Tonight is the night we've been waiting for. We're in this together. You guys can't back out.
Back out? You don't need us to get laid. Are you afraid or something?
No, come on. I mean, we made a pact. It was a pact. I mean, you guys break it and there are no excuses.
Action! Good hustle, guys. But don't think you can't lose. You all saw what happened to Oz out there. I don't want to ever see any of you guys thinking you're going to score. You don't score until you score.
And until you score.
Period. Now, it all boils down to today. For you seniors, this marks the culmination of the past 4 years.
Culmination.
So what do you want to say to
luck,
her?
fellas. Running off precedence, and then do I turn around or something? Like, I know this is like a couple shots from now, but and then like realization. Like, do you have anywhere more important to be?
But I think the realization is before that. Like, I think you gotta realize, like, while he's speaking, and like that's what makes you stand up.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, it's building on
Is it a happy realization or just a?
I think it's like determined, but you don't know, dude. You don't even know if you can get her back. You know, you don't know if it's something that's screwed up in the whole thing. So.
We want to just go in on Oz on the shot and come back to a new wide shot.
Yeah.
Did you like what you saw?
Yeah, now look at you.
Yeah.
I was so not prepared for that.
And then we can go to the coach. Wider.
All right, guys, I have a serious question to ask you. You know Nadia might be there tonight. You know, the Czechoslovakian chick? Well, listen, do you think she would prefer, laid back, Jim? Or Cool hip, Jim.
It really doesn't matter what that shirt that you're wearing.
Oh, that's funny. That's a joke. Yeah, that's real funny. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you are the one with the girlfriend and you're still stranded on third base?
Hey, at least I know what third base feels like, okay? And home plate is just right in the distance. You're still just a bat boy.
Shut up, man.
With that shirt you're wearing, give him some space to laugh, so you do a response to it, clean, and then you respond.
Sure.
You got it?
You got it. And the same with the O and all that.
Yeah. I'd even make a little bit of a meal now out of the...
Okay.
Because we got one plate. Have a little...
Eating one?
On your
No, go.
Oh.
Right.
In the midst of this pact, he gets some advice from an older, more experienced girl to try to be sensitive with girls, and so he turns that way. He discovers his sensitive side, and it's really great. He ends up falling in love with this girl and ends up abandoning teenage ego and the locker room talk and all the things that normally would be stereotypical of that situation. Completely abandons that and really falls in love with this girl and has a great relationship with her. So it's really kind of beautiful. It was really fun to go back to prom. It was a good time. I personally have terrific memories of high school prom, and it was fun to recreate a little bit of that.
He hangs out with them. I mean, just because each of them are so much fun in their different ways. Jim is just a jerk who you can laugh at any second. Oz is just someone to love, and Kevin's just a good guy.
A lot of the movies that are out there, these teenage movies, they're great and they're very entertaining, but it's the majority of them don't touch on the issues that are really what teenagers are dealing with, which is what this movie is totally doing. It's taking the R-rated stuff from real life and putting it in the movie, and that's what's so cool about it. So that was very appealing about the movie. The fact that it's just written so well was like laugh out loud funny when I read it. I relate to Jim because these embarrassing things happen to him, yet he's still likable. It's like he does these things that, like when you read the script, you said you were like, oh my God, how could you like a guy like this? How could these other guys hang out with this guy? But I read it and hopefully playing it as such that, these things just happen to him. These are just some crazy things. It's his luck, and these things just happen. But you know what? He's still a likable guy. And you like him even more because you sympathize with him as a result of these stupid things that are happening to him, Yeah, during the rehearsal period, was great because we all that was our chance to just click or not click, and fortunately we all clicked. In a sense, Kevin matures the most in the film because he's the most immature in the beginning by starting the pact. And then when he finally comes to realize that how dumb it was and, how everything else is much more important and how insignificant that actually is, he has that big transition.
I really, since I've been out here especially, I've never read a script where it's just so original. I mean, obviously there's movies that come out there, it's kind of like sex orientated and everything. And, like a lot of it is, geared towards that pact that they make, but the trials and tribulations that they go through along the way just make it so much more unique and original and things that I think a lot of us can relate to. So in that respect, it's nice to be kind of pulled back to a time of our lives where it was special and that we kind of forget about. What I was fortunate to do is I had some people that I knew that were like the Stifler. So I was able to pull a lot of things from that and from other things, and so in that respect, I can draw from that. But I hope to God I'm not as much of a jerk as he is, but giving it a shot.
I play Michelle. She's a band geek, I guess you would say. And she's just very quirky, and she's fun. And she winds up going to prom with Jim. The film's not only about sex. It's about adolescence, and which it predominantly revolves around sex. You know, I mean, don't you remember high school? I know for myself, I was a walking hormone during high school, and this sort of portrays that and the elements that go with it, and just the messes that you can get yourself into if that's your priority in life.
Well, my character, her name is Heather, and she's a sweet choir girl who meets Oz, who is the total jock, like football and lacrosse and everything, and just kind of like, as part of that bet, gets involved with Heather in the choir, and she really, I think, makes him more comfortable. Like he's kind of nervous in the film about his family life because he's not as well off as some of the other kids at this school, and I think she kind of helps him find himself in a way. They fall in love. It's definitely about losing an innocence. Some of the characters they find out that sex isn't like all that they thought, and just like, okay, well, it's just, another thing in life and a different look at it.
I especially like the idea of working with a bunch of kids my age, because I haven't really had an opportunity to do that yet. And to me, that's exciting. I mean, to me, the new generation is always exciting, and knowing them as soon as possible just means better things for the future. And it's been really cool from that end. She has conversations with Vicky that lead her to lead Vicky, her best friend, to maybe go through with it. I don't want to reveal too much, but so that's good. And she kind of moves it along. She's a center for the story. She's kind of a base of the teenager who has already done it.
I relate to my character in a way where in real life I'm more wild than my character is, but I think Vicky has some of those thoughts. She just doesn't play them out, But Vicky is she's a fun, loving, sweet girl, and she's a smart girl, and I think I relate to her where she's very honest, and in real life I'm like that, and she really feels for people's feelings and for her friends, and she likes to do the best thing. She just wants to make sure she's doing the best, and as a person, I think I'm the same way. I want to make sure, I'm doing the best, or the best I possibly can, or make sure I'm fair. This script had the edge and the rawness that most scripts are afraid to do, that people are afraid to write or people are afraid to say. And, this script took the risk of doing it, and that's what's so magical and special about it, is because people are really going to get it, because it's so real and it's so funny. And I mean, in life, the funniest things that you think are true things. I mean, they might be really harsh or really mean, but that's what's funny. When someone knocks someone down and says something mean about them, you're like, oh, that's so mean, but you laugh. And that's what this script is. I mean,
and we really wanted to try to get some of the texture of friends hanging out at a certain time in their life, right before they're about to all part and go their different ways. And in terms of influences, I mean, aside from the obvious influences in the movie, we were very influenced by Diner, which is really about sort of male friendship and just sort of about affection between friends and how much people will do to cover it up. So they're all sort of slicing on each other all the time and making fun of each other. But there's also a real core of friendship.
The first mention of prom in the movie is "Dude, prom sucks," and so it's kind of the epitome of the sucky prom with the bad prom band, and we chose the theme Arabian Nights for it. So
for no reason, absolutely out of nowhere.
No reason except that it was incredibly bogus.
They're playing songs like Midnight at the Oasis, and the singer is in this huge turban, and it's incredibly cheesy.
And for our characters, prom is the kind of crucible of their, sexual escapades. It's the night when they think all of them might just have a shot at getting to that next stage.
So they're all freaking out, especially the couple that have been together for a year and have decided that, okay, tonight, she tells him, tonight we're going to do it. And while he's been sort of hoping for this moment for the whole last year, when it really comes to it, he's incredibly scared because he doesn't know what's going to happen emotionally.